What if I told you the US government was hiding alien spacecraft, and that one man claims to have worked on them? This is the story of Bob Lazar, a scientist who says he saw things most of us can't even imagine. Spaceships, gravity manipulation, technology not of this earth. In 1989, Bob Lazar sat down for an anonymous interview on Las Vegas television. His face was shadowed, his voice distorted, and what he said would ignite one of the most controversial UFO stories in American history. He claimed he worked at a facility called S4, just south of Area 51, deep in the Nevada desert. There, according to Lazar, the US military was hiding 9 extraterrestrial spacecraft, not broken parts or debris, but full-on, fully intact sources. His job? Reverse engineer the propulsion systems, figure out how they worked, try to understand the science behind technology far beyond anything humans had created. And the craziest part? The craft he worked on didn't use any kind of traditional fuel. No engines, no exhaust, no sound. Instead, it ran on something he called Element 115, a mystery element that at the time didn't even officially exist. According to Lazar, this element powered a gravity wave generator, allowing the craft to manipulate gravity itself. It could bend space-time, making it capable of incredible speeds without ever experiencing G-forces. No wings, no propulsion, just pure manipulation of physics. He described the interior of the craft as smooth and metallic. Everything seemed to be molded together. No screws, no seams, no visible controls like we would expect. The cockpit looked like it was designed for something much smaller than a human. There were 3 gravity amplifiers underneath, a central reactor, and a kind of waveguide system that let it fall forward by bending space. Wild, right? Of course, the world didn't take him at his word. Skeptics immediately tore his story apart. They said he never worked for the government, that his education history was fake. He claimed to have degrees from MIT and Caltech, but there were no records, no diplomas, nothing. But then, weird things started to surface. A 1982 Los Alamos phone book listed Bob Lazar as a physicist at the lab, and a journalist, George Knapp, found documents placing Lazar at Los Alamos National Laboratory, where he said he worked before S4. Even more mysterious, an internal memo from the Department of Naval Intelligence reportedly mentioned Lazar being briefed on advanced propulsion systems. So, if he was a fraud, how did his name end up in all these classified places? Things got even weirder after he went public. Lazar said he was followed, harassed, and that his life was threatened. He only went public to protect himself. If he vanished, he wanted the world to know why. Years went by. The government stayed quiet. UFOs remained the stuff of science fiction. But in 2003, something strange happened. Russian scientists synthesized a new element, Element 115. It was later added to the periodic table as Moscovium in 2016. It didn't have the gravity-defying powers Lazar described, but still, how did he know about it over a decade earlier? Coincidence? Maybe, but the Lazar story didn't go away. It kept resurfacing. Books, documentaries, interviews. In 2018, Netflix released a film titled Bob Lazar, Area 51 and Flying Saucers. Lazar didn't change his story. Not once. He never tried to cash in. In fact, he said he regretted speaking out at all. "I'm not special," he said in one interview. "I just happened to be in the right or wrong place." So why would he lie? He hasn't made millions. He lives a quiet life, running a scientific equipment company. He never sought fame. If anything, he's tried to avoid it. And then, The Pentagon confirmed something in 2020. They released official videos showing unidentified aerial phenomena, objects moving in ways modern aircraft simply can't. Navy pilots described saucers, tic-tac-shaped craft, and 90-degree maneuvers at impossible speeds. Suddenly, the world caught up to Bob Lazar. People started asking, was he telling the truth all along? To this day, the US government has never confirmed Lazar's story, but they've never entirely disproven it either. S4 has never been acknowledged publicly. Area 51 was only officially recognized in 2013, 24 years after Lazar went public. Whether you believe him or not, one thing is undeniable. Bob Lazar changed everything. Before him, Area 51 was just another military base. After him, it became a symbol of secrecy, conspiracy, and the question humanity keeps asking, are we alone? Lazar never claimed to see aliens, just their ships.